Hi friends, this is Caitlin. I'm so happy to be here with you with Pink and Main. You can see the star of our show tonight is going to be the foilable panels, these guys, or foilable sheets. And then the new foil of the month, which is called Leafy Green and is so pretty. So let's start with that, I guess. Let's see. I see some questions. Wow, there's a lot of comments. I don't know if I can make it all the way back there. Welcome, everybody. Yes, the plan is to use, to make a background with our foiling products, foil of the month, and then we're going to add January cat to that. So it's going to be a good one. So yeah, this is Leafy Green foil, and it's so pretty. It's like, it's not a satin. It's a true like metallic-y foil. What else? It's not super yellow based, but it's definitely more of a yellow green than like a bluey green. And it's really pretty. So the other products that come in the subscription kit, all of these will be available individually if you are not subscribed for the foil of the month. They'll be available not tomorrow, but next Friday. So it came with the Daisy Dots foilable panels, which are these guys. They're just a little bit smaller than an A2 card front. They're 4 by 5 1/4. And then what we're going to be using, this is the Spring Blooms foilable sheets. And so we're going to be using one of these. We're going to foil and then ink blend. And these are nice because you can get 2 cards out of them, slimline or A2. So these are 8.5 by 5.5. We have this really cool floral design in the positive and the reverse or negative. We have this leafy design, the same thing. And then we have, it's the same pattern, but the scale is much bigger, which is very fun. And then we have this floral, which just has kind of like different loopy shapes. So originally I was thinking the leaves, but now that I'm looking at them, I'm thinking I want the smaller foil or the smaller floral, and I want to use the positive side because I want the stems to be green. Hi, everybody. Everybody's jumping in. Welcome, welcome. Okay, we're only going to need 1 panel for this. We are going to foil and then ink blend after, as we have learned that you can do that. It doesn't have to be. We used to think it was the other way around, that you had to ink blend first. That's not true. Yeah, Virginia, that's my little daughter on my iPad watching from upstairs. Okay. Oh, let's see. It seems like we're very excited for both the foil and the cat. The cat isn't really going to be on a scene for this one. We're just going to have this really fun background and like have the cat just be like the fun main image, I think. I think that'll be cute. All right. I need my duster brush, and I need a transfer sheet. All right, so because these have been on my desk doing who knows what. I'm going to dust off the inside of my carrier sheet too. And then for the foil, come on. Whatever. Okay, never mind that part. We're going to dust off the back of our foil. My other daughter is in the shower singing All American Rejects at the top of her lungs right now. I just need you guys to know that. She's starting to get super into the music I was listening to in like middle school and high school. Oh, goodness. She cracks me up, man. All right. So we're going to place these pretty sides both facing up. I have my Minc right here. We're going to put this in hinge side first and let it get picked up by the rollers. It's been impossible to get the carrier sheets. I didn't know that. I thought there would be more because they have the long ones now too. I need to order the long ones for like slimline foiling. Perfect. Lisa said she got her kit this week. Perfect timing. All right, we're going to unplug our Minc. I'm not going to do reverse foiling today. I'm just not feeling it. I'm having a hard week again. And you guys know that coming to craft and hang out with you is for sure a great highlight for me when I'm not having a great week. So I appreciate you all being here. All right. One of these panels is going to be for our like back. And then like our card front, I guess, is how I should have phrased that. And then the other one is going to be for our stamping. So this feels like it's cooled down. We're going to do our little peel and reveal. And that foiled perfectly. How do I, there you can see that good stripe of green. It's just such a fun green. I love it so much. I know it's hard to, that center stripe is really what it looks like in person. So we are going to save this. I will use it eventually. I save them all. I have like a spot over there where I keep them, all the extra leftover reverse foil. Let's pop this back in here. Okay. We're going to break out our premium inks. And I don't know if we're doing a full rainbow. I just know that I want something like really fun and bright and happy. Did I cut this wrong? Yeah, I cut it too big. That's fine. We'll just trim it down. Let me grab the brushes. Pink, yellow, green, teal, blue, and purple. I'm going to be using some well-loved brushes from Simon Says Stamp. Just as a reminder, Pink and Main also has, I'm pretty sure she still has them in the shop, these really cool, like ergonomic brushes that you can use too. If you haven't seen those before, definitely check those out. Let's start with some pink. I don't want like a regular gradient. I'd rather have it be a little random splotchy. So that's what we're going to go for. All right, so if we're starting with pink, the colors that are going to blend the best with that, the easiest, I guess, are purple and orange. So orangey yellow. So we're going to come on one side of our pink with one of those colors, and then the other side with the other color. I think this one needs to be re-inked. Oh, that's cool. Melissa said those brushes were her first pink and main purchase. I know they are very special to Michelle because of her mobility concerns. And so I just love that, you know, she made the product she wanted to see, like that she knew she would benefit from as well. Let's bring in some of our purple. I'm going to try really hard to make sure that the purple and orange don't overlap. Put that more in the middle. But now see, we're getting those really pretty blends like across. Very nice. I don't have like a system to explain like why I put them. I just, if I'm going to do splotches, I like starting out with 3 and kind of blending from there. Oh my goodness. Jeanette, I'm so sorry, but I'm glad that he's home. So Lisa said, can we look forward to any new ink colors this year? And I cannot confirm or deny, but I can tell you that I think you're going to be happy this year. That's all I can say right now. I think I can tell you more pretty soon, but I have to get the all clear from Libby, if there were something to tell you. I got to be like Brennan and try to keep my secrets more secret. I guess I have to try harder than Brennan. Because sometimes, you know, those secrets, hints just be flying all over the place. But yes, I do think you'll be happy, Lisa, if that's what you're looking forward to. We're just going to put like a little touch of the blue here because we can bring in that green or teal or both. Yeah, exactly, Terry. I'm not denying. I'm neither confirming nor denying anything. I feel like I need to do green and not teal because of the green foil. This is really picking up a lot of color that I would rather it not pick up. The only good thing is that it's giving us a nice, like, truer green. We'll just kind of soften the edges of everything that touched that center part. But I think that looks pretty cool, and it still has that green shine to it. Love it. Just happy. It's a very happy background. So I used the park, I used night sky, construction, barbershop, and dress shop. The only one we skipped was the lakeside. Put these all back. This guy up here, I did get a little ink on one of my white card panels. I think we can just flip it over and it'll be fine. Yeah, I got a little. You can't even really see it. Maybe a little there in the shadow. A little pink. That's okay. We'll just flip it over and get our little cat stamped. We'll decide on how much we're trimming off of the foil panel and stuff once we have our cat cut and colored, and we can like figure out spacing and stuff. We're also probably going to have to cut a cute little sentiment strip or box for this. That'll be fine. Yeah, spring inspiring. Do you know that it's going to be sunny and 50 degrees here on Saturday? I cannot wait. I cannot wait. It's going to be so nice. I am so pumped. Just adding a little more to these eyes. There we go. I was going to say, but if it didn't take that time, you can always fill those in with like a little pen or marker afterwards. So cute. I did not pre-plan out what color we were going to do the cat. I'd rather not do, I love an orange cat, but I'd rather not do orange because the background is so colorful. I'd rather do like a gray or brown, I guess, or even black. Black would be funny because the background is so colorful. Let's see. What kind of cat colors do we have for our cat? Right, I'm thinking either down here or in here. See, I feel like a little like stripy warm gray could be cute. Yeah, everybody's saying gray. I just don't think I want like this blue gray. I think a little warm gray or even the red gray would be nice. Let's do a little warm gray cat. And we'll give him some stripies. I don't know what tank stripe means, but yes, I think a little gray stripy cat would be very cute. This cat has a good bit of real estate, this image, so I am going to come in with a color that's pretty dark because we're going to want that contrast with how much space we have to blend here. So kind of along the bottom of our little cat. And the bottom of the tail. So cute. His little head would leave a shadow. Give that little curve around the nose. Oh, tabby. Yeah, cute. There we go. Then we'll jump down to a 5. See, Melissa, for all I knew, tank stripes were like a style of cat stripe. I wouldn't know. I do like cats, but I am a dog person. Sorry to tell you. To be fair, I also don't know many specific breeds of dogs. Dogs, cats, and cars all kind of go by the same color classifications, only in my head. There we go. Just starting to add in some of that shading. Was paying a sounding board. Yep, the joys of parenthood. Hearing all of the drafts. All of the time. All the papers, all the speeches, all the presentations. I'm sure you are an excellent sounding board. So you can see I'm slowly starting to eat away at all of this white space, but on these bigger areas, I'm still being sure to leave a good bit so that we get those lighter shades so that still looks gray. We'll bring in pink to go over those ears too. Okay, then we'll jump up to WG1. And then once we get everything, our base layer all colored, I will come back in and make those stripes, but we don't want to try to add them while the paper is still saturated, or it'll just make everything run together. Still have a couple little spots of white space, so I'm going to come in with that WG0. So cute. Okay, let me leave the darkest WGs out because we're going to need those. I do want to kind of give it some fun eyes, so maybe just a touch of the YG 2.5 right around the dark pupil. And we can use those same greens, I think, for our little grassy hill. What does our die cut look like? Yeah, so we're gonna get a little ground under there. Right, we would for sure have a shadow where our little kitten's paw is. I don't know how far this is going to go down, so I'm just going to add extra. Who would have thought that I would add a little extra just in case. There we go. So just a little texture, just kind of breaking up the space. Cute. And then I think we pick a couple of the colors from our background for our butterflies. If we're going to add pink to the cat, I think maybe pink isn't as important for our butterflies. So I think maybe a pretty purple. I think this BV actually looks more like the colors that we use, the night sky purple. There we go. See, I think that'll look right with those. I did a little too much blending. I think the ink's kind of saturated through and it's bleeding, but we can fix that with a white gel pen. So if that happens, don't fret. All right, and then maybe this fun like orangey color. Let me add the, why is my light crooked? Let me add the, okay, just everything's falling apart. The pink to the cat now to make sure that it's going to give us enough pink, because if it's not enough, using an RV because I want it to be enough. Yeah, I think that'll do it. RV, so then maybe like a cool like orangey. This orange is like a pinkier orange though. Can we like make a fun blendy pink to orange? Let's try. Let's do a little R 2.4 for, because these guys are going to be even easier to get like a cool ombre with because their wings are open. And then an OR 1.2. That's nice. A little blendy blend. And then what? A blue? Like a blue to teal. We do have a couple spots in here that blended out to teal, even though that was not necessarily what I was going for. That's not going to be teal enough. Go. And then maybe a little B 2.2. Go. And I want all of my little butterfly bodies to just be black. Okay. I feel like I always do cat stripes wrong. Hold on. Let's get us an inspiration cat picture. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm going for. Not as many stripes, I don't think. See, I feel like I always do their little forehead stripes wrong. They really are pretty pointy. I'm gonna let's map this out. Let's map this out with a 5 before I commit to a 7. Thank you, Frida. Thank you so much. Whose face are we copying? Maybe you. These kind of look like they come down like this. They kind of look, multiple of them have like a thicker stripe on the middle. Right, like that. And then they have some like cheeky lines around their whiskers. I don't know. I don't like how that looks. But it's technically kind of accurate. Let's see if adding a little bit darker and giving it like a little bit of a blend will help. Very heavy stripes around these little leggies. I feel like there aren't many cats that only have those stripies there, but I'm worried if I overdo this, it's gonna look weird. Like I was trying for a tiger and failed or something. So I do not feel confident in my cat stripe placement, just for the record. But I'm never gonna get better at coloring striped cats if I don't practice. Oh, and for sure we need some stripy tail though. I feel like that's a requirement. Ooh, we're talking coffee and tea. Hey. And then I'm gonna work my way back down through our color blends. Oh, these are the cats. I forgot you couldn't see them. That's our inspiration. See what I mean with the foreheads? Like it's accurate-ish. I just don't love it. I think it's still very cute, and it will definitely work for what we need it to do. All right, let's add some fun little shapes to our butterflies, maybe. Reinforce these little eye highlights that we got. So cute. And there you go. There are plenty of times that I color and I don't feel fully confident in what I've done. And that's okay. If you get to that point too and you're like, I don't know, you're not alone. Just keep trying. Just keep practicing. Finish the card. That's something I've had to learn. I mean, there's also times where I've been like, I would just rather start over. But especially like this far in, and it's pretty cute. Just finish the card. Chances are you will be very happy that you did, even if you don't love it mid-process. Where is my washi tape? That is the question. On the floor. Because, of course it is. Oh, a loosely shaped M. That makes sense, Helene. I get it. Yeah. Close-ish, kind of. See, the trick is that then you send this to someone who is an extreme cat lover, and they won't care if it's perfect or not, or how accurate it is, because they'll just be excited it's a cat. Like me, you could color me a pumpkin any way you wanted, and I wouldn't question it one bit, because I would just be so excited that there was a pumpkin on my card. look at him. It's giving very like Lisa Frank. I should have just made him a pink cat. A rainbow cat. Even in the tan, to me, it's giving Lisa Frank in a good way. I watched that documentary. She's a little crazy, but I still love a Lisa Frank pattern. Maybe we go this way and then we can have our sentiment down here. Yeah, exactly, Jay. Just, I'm overthinking everything per usual. I think we just go have a perfect day and give this a nice chunky banner. I don't even think we need to like die cut it special. I think we can just cut it, just trim it. Maybe a little pop of color for our sentiment. Maybe pink. I just love dress shop. I just love dress shop ink. I love this pink. And I think it's just so happy. There we go. Okay. All right, we'll trim down our foiled panel when we trim down our sentiment. Oh, look, I went out of the lines. Just erase it away like it never happened. Do you know what else I feel like would help? All of those little cats had like white stripies around their stripies and their eyes. Just going off script here now. I like that. I think that's very cute. Okay, let's get this trimmed down. We're just perfectly psychically synced, Melissa. That's what's happening. Okay, that's right. I'm just trimming 1/4 inch. Wait, that was at 4. Yeah. So 4 by 5 1/4. And then, let's see. This I did not stamp even, so we're gonna line it up. There's a H, or sorry, there's an A at the beginning of have, and there's an A at the end here for day. So I'm trying to line up those with the like plasticky part so I know that they're the same. And we're gonna, I think, pop up the cat and the sentiment. Get some tape runner. Oh, probably help if we put it on the thing that needs to get taped down. Stand up for this one. Looks pretty good. It's a little bigger on this side, but that's okay. Right, the grassy part needs to be pretty flat. I think that's so cute. And because of the foiled background, I don't think we even need embellishments on this one, because when you turn it in the light, it's gonna shine like crazy. Yeah, Hello Kitty did not go away. She did not. She just, maybe she goes like a little younger, a little older here and there. But I know Hello Kitty was a thing when I was younger, and I know it's been a thing the whole time that my kids have been growing up. They don't like Hello Kitty, so I usually have to hear about it, like there's something that they like at the store, but it has Hello Kitty on it clothing wise, so they like don't want it. Or... Okay, get a little piece of foam on that tail, and then we're gonna need some foam on our sentiment, if I can manage to trim it without tearing the whole thing in half. Do you have to buff the card? I mean, you can, but I don't usually, but let's see what happens when we do. I will not be risking wiping this with my microfiber because there's so much ink in that thing now that it's probably gonna ruin it. I mean, so like a little bit came off, but in general, I definitely wouldn't say it's enough to affect the foil. And I really wouldn't even be worried about fingerprints if you sent it. But yeah, in theory, it's probably a better idea to buff it. My girls are off school tomorrow and Monday. And so they're just up there living their best lives, chit-chatting and whispering, which is wild because most of the time they don't get along. But of course, they're both supposed to be in bed, minding their business and being quiet. So, party time, we're besties. So cute. Let's take that. And that, I'm going to break out the tea ruler for this one. There we go. And like I said, I really, part of me wants to add embellishments, but I think I'm going to restrain myself. because that green shine is just so pretty. So yeah, done a couple minutes early tonight, but I just think this is so cute. I love our little Lisa Frank background cat. Very fun. Okay. I will be back with you next week, Tuesday and Thursday. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, including Donna, will all be sneak peek week. So I don't know exactly what I'm using what night, but you will get sneak peeks of all of the stampy things one night and all of the foil things the other night, and then I'll split the die cuts between, because that seems to be a system that works out really well for us. So yeah, get pumped for sneak peeks. Keep an eye out because Pink and Main is also sharing some sneak peeks ahead of time on the social media, Facebook and Instagram. But yeah, otherwise, I am so grateful for you guys coming to hang out as always. I hope that everyone has a great weekend. I hope you get some sunshine or a little touch of a warmer breeze wherever you are. Stay safe and do something crafty so you can tell me all about it on Tuesday. And yeah, thank you guys again. I'll talk to you soon. Until next time, happy crafting, guys. Have a good night.